The hissing reason your blood hoards acid from you, and in 2006, at a crater in Costa Rica, it dissolved a man's boots before he reached the edge. Right now, somewhere under your feet, a spring is doing the same thing. Quietly, patiently, storing something your body already knows, something it borrowed from you the moment you were born. Your blood runs at pH 7.4, not 7.3, not 7.5. The window where you survive is thinner than a razor's edge. Drop below 7.35 and your organs begin shutting down. Drop below 7 and you're unconscious in minutes. Your body fights that line every second of your life. It buffers, it compensates. It exhales carbon dioxide to push the balance back. That same process is happening underground, right now, except the Earth doesn't exhale, it stockpiles. And when enough pressure builds, when the balance tips, the spring doesn't gradually release, it erupts. And by then, what's sitting in that water has a pH that could eat through copper pipe in 40 minutes. The Poás volcano in Costa Rica holds the world's most acidic lake. The water registers near pH 0. That's battery acid. You can't get within 500 meters without a gas mask because the vapors rising off the surface are essentially sulfuric mist. But here's what the brochures don't say. That lake wasn't always like that. 30 years ago, tourists swam in it. Something changed underground. A slow, invisible handover. The spring began concentrating acid, pulling hydrogen sulfide gas up from magma chambers 4 kilometers below, dissolving it into the water, compressing years of chemistry into a single body of liquid that now sits quiet on the surface, blue-green and almost beautiful, actively dissolving the rock shoreline it rests on. The hissing you hear from a distance, that's not steam. That's escaping hydrogen sulfide. That's the sound of the spring exhaling what your body has to fight every single moment just to keep you alive. Here's where it gets strange. Scientists assumed the most acidic springs on Earth were volcanic. They were wrong. In 2013, researchers drilling in New Mexico hit a water pocket 1.3 kilometers underground. The water that came up had a pH of negative 0.5. Negative, that's not a misprint. It's a number that doesn't exist on the standard acid scale. More acidic than the fluid in your stomach. More acidic than drainage running off a coal mine. It was sitting there in the dark under pressure, completely sealed building for thousands of years. Nobody put it there. No volcano, no mine, no human hand. The Earth made it, stored it, and waited. The question nobody could answer was, why? The answer starts with water itself. When rainwater sinks into the ground, it picks up carbon dioxide from decaying organic matter in the soil. That CO2 dissolves and forms carbonic acid. Weak, barely noticeable. But as the water descends through limestone, through iron sulfide rock, through gypsum layers, it strips minerals. It reacts. It concentrates. In normal aquifers, this process is slow and self-limiting. The acid dissolves rock, the rock neutralizes the acid, equilibrium holds. But in sealed pockets, places where the water has no exit, no contact with neutralizing minerals, no way to off-gas, the chemistry keeps running. The acid keeps building. The water becomes a pressure vessel, storing decades of chemistry with nowhere to go. And here's the part that connects back to you. Your blood does the same thing. When you hold your breath, carbon dioxide builds in your bloodstream. Carbonic acid rises, your pH drops, your brain fires a panic signal, you breathe, the CO2 escapes, balance restored. The spring can't breathe, it can't exhale, so it holds and holds and holds until a fracture opens, until a borehole punches through, until an earthquake shifts the caprock. And then it releases everything at once, not gradually, in a surge called an acid burp, a limnic eruption's quieter cousin capable of sterilizing everything within a half-mile radius of water table. 3 documented events matching that pattern have been recorded across the American Southwest in the last 2 decades. Each one was preceded by the same signal, a low, persistent hiss coming from the ground, not loud, not dramatic, the kind of sound you'd walk past. The town of Creede, Colorado sits above a spring system that produced sulfur-laced water events twice in the last century. Each time, well water turned within 72 hours. Livestock died, no eruption, no earthquake, just the ground quietly exhaling what it had been holding. Scientists are now mapping sealed acid pockets across the Basin and Range Province, an area covering Nevada, Utah, Arizona, and parts of 4 other states. They've identified 47 pressure anomalies. They don't know how many are actively building. They don't know which ones are close to threshold. The instruments they're using are the same ones designed to track oil reserves, not built for this. Nobody's built those yet. And the Poás Lake, the one that used to be swimmable, in 2017 it drained. The entire lake disappeared in 72 hours. The acid, the water, the bottom, all of it pulled back underground. Scientists called it a hydrothermal recharge event, a reset. What they can't cleanly answer is where it went, or what it's doing now. down there in the dark, building back up, listening.